Cut your losses to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And sometimes it's better to stop doing something than to continue doing it because it's causing us lost money and finances, lost relationships, lost stuff, material goods, lost feelings and heart and positive emotions, lost time, energy, and resources. This idiom's been around since David Ricardo, an economist on the London Stock Exchange, used it at the turn of the century, the 19th century, that is. He talked about an investment, and when a financial plan or an investment isn't going the way that you expected it to, sometimes it's better to accept the loss now than continue to pour money and resources, time and energy and heart and soul into something that is probably not going to work out. Now, when it comes to supersizing and growing our business, I have a slightly different philosophy on this. We have to balance losses, and losses are time, energy, finances, whatever, relationships, against achieving our overall goal and objective of supersizing and growing our business. Talked about this idiom a couple of years ago in 2021 and talk about sunk costs and a whole lot of stuff with respect to it. But again, I think it's important whenever we're creating something big in the world, whenever we're trying to make something important happen in the world and in our lives, we have to be consistent and persistent and stick to it. So there's a balance between not quitting and also knowing when to throw in the towel in certain areas and aspects of our life. Now, we can stop doing things that are bloodletting and killing our business and still continue to grow and build and supersize our business. I've had to let go of entire divisions and entire businesses before because they weren't, well, mainly because they weren't right for me, but we weren't on the right track in terms of how we were implementing them, what we were doing, the strategies we were using, etc. And that's part of our lessons learned as we're growing and building and supersizing our business. But I guess I could talk about this a lot. I've got a lot of experience in the areas of looking at investments in all these areas and aspects of our life, right? Relationships, material stuff. Sometimes you let something go because it doesn't make sense anymore. You crash your car and it would cost more to fix it than just to get a new car. Well, then you let that car go and you get a new one, no matter how much you loved that car. Same is true of our relationships. We put 100% of ourselves into our relationships, friendships, significant others, business partnerships, etc. And they don't always work out, right? Because everybody else doesn't also give that 100%. And if they don't, chances are that relationship isn't going to work. And you have to know when to fish or cut bait, which fishing is another good example, right? If you've ever gone fishing, and I used to fish back in the days when I was married with the kids and with the family, we would fish a lot. Every summer we would go fishing, and we would even ice fish. Believe it or not, in the crazy world of Wisconsin, ice fishing is a big thing. So you have to know when you've snagged bottom and you're not going to catch a fish, and when you have to cut that line and just re-rig your line in order to continue fishing, or lose your line, or maybe even lose your pole. That may or may not have happened to me. I hate to admit it, but I might have lost a pole because I was too stubborn to cut the line. Yes, that did happen on Lake of the Woods. So I like this idiom. I definitely have said cut your losses. I've definitely cut my losses in many areas and aspects of my life, usually after hanging on too long, just like to that fishing pole, because I have this tenacious don't quit mindset where I want to figure out how to make things work, even when sometimes it's not the right thing for me and it's not the right thing for the relationship or the business. So we need to balance, how do we feel, what's our intuition say versus what kind of results we're getting. You know, each different industry has different guidelines when they say, all right, if this investment isn't making this kind of a return, then you should sell it and get into something else, etc. That's more trading in stocks and things. All right, any questions about this, hit me up. I'd love to know your experience with cutting your losses and how that's impacted you. Do you use this idiom? Do you say this? I definitely say this. I'm going to cut my losses on this and do this instead. Share in the comments below, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow. Another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it to supersize and grow your business today? Have a great day.